I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with another video of WWE review for 2022. This is Mr. Blackhammer 2021. I got another video. I'm gonna review on the Royal Rumble pay-per-view that's happening tonight. This is my previews and prediction for the Royal Rumble that's coming out tonight. I did talk about it last week, and here I'm gonna do my full review of the matches. I'm going to tell you the news and rumors and the spoilers on some of the matches and the surprises, the participants in the Royal Rumble. So yeah, also this video was sponsored by PlayStation. It was sponsored by JD from New York, the Solomon, the Fight for Pro Wrestling. I got more on the way, so hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Enjoy this video. We're going to go through all the matches that are on the card. I'm not sure what's going to be on the pre-show, but we got I believe 6 matches. We got the mid-tag team match with The Miz and Maurice versus Edge and Beth Phoenix, the Grit couple versus the It couple, and then we got Becky Lynch and Doudrop for the Raw Women's Champion. Then we got Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Champion. And for the first time ever, we got Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, the dream match that everyone wants. And then we got the Men Royal Rumble and then the Women Royal Rumble. And I will go through all the participants who's in it and tell you who I think gonna win, tell you what I think gonna happen. Alright. Alright, so I think the first match I will talk about the mid tag team match with Edge and Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix coming out of retirement. She returned to the ring for this one-off with her husband versus Miz and Maurice. As cringe and as awful as this storyline had been, hopefully they end it. I don't care about this mid tag team match. I mean, hopefully that they end it and we can finally move on with Edge going into WrestleMania. Hopefully against AJ Styles or Kevin Owens or Finn Balor. It should be a decent match. It might be a snooze fest. Don't know why anyone would care because I don't care about the Miz. I mean, like it's been mostly about the Miz and Maurice. Like 1 week they're breaking up, 1 week they're not. I mean, Miz is selfish. Don't know how Maurice and Beth Phoenix are going to wrestle. I'm not sure if Beth Phoenix is going to be in the Rumble. I don't know. It should be a decent match. I thought the day 1 match with the Miz and Edge was a snooze fest. It was awful. And it wasn't that good. So, I don't know. So, I don't know. It should be a decent match. There's not really much to go on there. Hopefully that is over. But you know, WWE, they might continue that feud going on to the next pay-per-view. I hope not. Alright. So I think Edge and Beth Phoenix are gonna win, cause I don't care about the Miz. I just want this to be over. And then I think that's all I'm gonna say really. Alright, so up next we have for the Raw Women's title, Becky Lynch defending against Doudrop. This match might be terrible. This match was thrown on the card for no reason. The story was absolutely rushed, and the match is too predictable. No one expects Doudrop. It's gonna beat Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is gonna retain, and the reason why is because I think we all know who's gonna show up tonight at the Royal Rumble. So Becky Lynch is gonna retain. The match might be terrible or might be decent. I don't know. I mean, Doudrop is a waste of time. I mean, I'm glad that she's finally doing something on her own, but Doudrop has been a loser. Cause after losing to Bianca 3 times and asking for a title match and she got it, the storyline was rushed. All they did was had that interview backstage, and that's it. But Becky Lynch, she's not gonna drop. She's not dropping that title. Not until we get to WrestleMania, where she might lose it to whoever wins the Rumble. I don't know. It might be Bianca or Liv Morgan. I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, Becky Lynch is gonna retain. The match might be terrible. It might be a snooze fest. No one cares about Doudrop and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch have been god awful champion. I'm sure Doudrop is here just to be fed. yeah, so yeah, it should be a whatever match. Becky Lynch is gonna retain. She's been Raw Women's Champion ever since WrestleMania 35 when she beat Ronda Rousey. She's not losing that title. She'll go on to WrestleMania champion until they book someone new to beat her. Alright, so now that I got those two matches out of the way, might as well talk about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the Universal Champion. This match is also pretty predictable. I mean, like the storyline was Russ. It was like a few weeks, and the storyline is, can Roman Reigns beat Seth Rollins on his own? Can he finally beat Seth freaking Rollins? Because he's never done it in a championship match when it matters. I mean, the promos have been fine. It's been pretty decent. I mean, like, they're both heels. Seth Rollins is a member of Monday Night Raw, and he came over to SmackDown because they have no one else on the roster. Because Drew McIntyre is injured, and Brock Lesnar is the WWE champion. But this match seems pretty predictable. Seth Rollins is not the guy that leads SmackDown. He's not the guy that leads Monday Night Raw either. So I think Roman Reigns is gonna win. The Usos have been barred from ringside because Rollins beat them on SmackDown. So, but the way how Roman Superman punched Seth Rollins last week, it showed that he wanted to get rid of Seth Rollins, and I'm sure this match is gonna be a one-off. I don't want the feud to continue. This is gonna be a one-off. So I think Roman Reigns is gonna retain. It can be a pretty good match. I mean, the story seemed kind of very repetitive because they talked about them being in the Shield, and then we saw on SmackDown they talked about Rollins breaking up the Shield and beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and at Money in the Bank. So I think Roman Reigns is going to retain. I'm not ready to see Roman Reigns lose. He's been Universal Champion for 515 days, and not going to end it at the Royal Rumble. And I don't think he's going to lose it at WrestleMania, unless they book a new guy, a new star to beat Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns is walking into WrestleMania as champion. Same thing with Becky Lynch. And I'm sure Charlotte will. But yeah, Roman Reigns is gonna retain. Alright, so up next we have for the first time ever, the dream match that everybody wants, the match that should be at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar defending the WWE title against the almighty Bobby Lashley. The feud have been booked very poorly. It's been booked kind of lackluster, but it should be a good match. I don't think that there's gonna be a clean finish because the way how they protected Bobby Lashley at day one, and he's been dominant all these months. Brock Lesnar has a chance of losing his match because some people think that Paul Heyman might cost him or the Usos might get involved, because we all know that WrestleMania is gonna be Lesnar and Reigns. But how are we gonna get there? There's no way that Roman Reigns is losing to Seth Rollins. Brock Lesnar has a chance of losing. There's gonna be a screwy finish in this match because I don't see a clean finish, and I think this match might be a one-off. If it's not, it might continue going into next month in Saudi Arabia, and then we get a clean finish there. I'm not sure. It should be a good match. I'm sure people are gonna care. The crowd can be interested because this is the match that we all wanted. And based on how they put Bobby Lashley for the last 2 years, we all knew that match was coming. It's just a shame that we got it at day one, because the match was never going to happen. It was supposed to be Lesnar and Reigns at day one, but Roman Reigns had COVID, and Brock Lesnar was added in that fatal four-way, and he won the WWE title. Him and Lashley had a stare down, and that's the match that they're getting. Now going into it, the feud had been kind of poor because Brock Lesnar had pretty much buried Bobby Lashley in their promos by saying Bobby who, and like saying Bobby's a Brock Lesnar wannabe. It's been pretty lackluster. Bobby Lashley's not that great on the mic, but it should be a good match. I don't see a clean finish. Something weird is gonna happen in this match. I don't know what. I don't know that what's gonna happen in this match. So like something's gonna happen. It should be a good match. Don't know how long it's gonna go, cause we all know how Brock Lesnar wrestles. It might go 10 minutes, 8 minutes. hopefully 15 minutes. Hopefully it's a good match. Hopefully Lashley both strong in this match. Should be pretty good. If Brock Lesnar wins, cause I I'm I think we all know that they're not gonna do the champion versus champion with the unified titles and end the brand split. I think we all know that's not gonna happen. So I mean, Brock Lesnar may lose that title, and some people think that he might win the Royal Rumble because he got screwed over in that WWE title match, and he might enter the Rumble and win it and challenge Roman Reigns because he's the bigger star, he's the better name, and it makes sense. So we can end this feud with Lesnar and Reigns, and with Paul Heyman. Some people think that Paul Heyman's still with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, and all this is to turn on Brock Lesnar. Yeah, so that's why I think it's gonna happen. Alright, so anyway, now let's talk about the Royal Rumble and talk about these surprises, the people who are in it, the entrances. So far, the Royal Rumble I mean, like the way, based on the participants and based on who's in it, it looked terrible. I mean, the build to it had been awful. I think I will talk about the women. Actually, no way. I think I'm gonna talk about the men. The men who Royal Rumble. The people that I think they added I think they added 20 participants, and I believe they left like 10 spots open. So maybe might be some surprises. Maybe some NXT guys like Walter, because I know that they changed Walter's name. Walter pretty much buried because they changed his name. Yeah, because I know that they changed. Wait, I know that they changed Walter's name to Gatler. They used it from a Nazi guy that was in the Nazis or something. Braun Breaker could be in it. Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa could be in it. Alright, so the name that they added is Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio, the Street Profit, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. And who else? They had Johnny Wilder. I think Johnny Wilder's in it. I forgot his name. It's a celebrity that's in that Jackass movie. And AJ Styles, Omos is in it. Don't know why. Who else is in it? Also, the Alpha Academy, Matt Riddle and Randy Orton's in it. They added like 4 tag teams in this. So some of these names are a waste of a spot. I don't know why Omos is in it. Angelo Dawkins is a waste of spot. Montez Ford should be in it. I mean, Dominic, I don't know why he's in the Rumble. I mean, the field to the Royal Rumble for both of the men's and women have been terrible. One of the worst I have ever seen. And nobody makes sense. I don't think AJ Styles is going to win it. Kevin Owens, he's not going to win it. Big E, he's not going to win it. I'm pretty sure Kofi's in it, but he's not going to win it. Because there's nobody being built up besides Brock Lesnar. Some people think that one of them could win. I don't know. Something's going to happen. Don't know who's going to win. But I did talk about this with a lot of my friends and a lot of my new subscribers. Even Salamander made a video about it. JD from New York said, what if Omos wins the Rumble and Bobby Lashley wins the title and that's your main event? Because that's something that it looks like that they're setting up. Because what if Bobby Lashley and Omos goes and that's your WWE Championship match, and then they're going to try to force Omos down our throat? I hope not, because Omos sucked. One of the worst wrestlers ever. He's worse than the great Khali. Khali 2.0. I hope that doesn't happen. But I don't know who's going to win the Rumble. There's a lot of guys that don't make sense of winning it. There's no one being built up. I think Drew McIntyre might win the Rumble because he could be out suffering a neck injury. And hopefully he didn't get surgery. Hopefully that the swelling went down and he might win it. But even though he's not the guy to beat Roman Reigns, and he's not going to face Brock Lesnar again and beat him. Because fans are over Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre is not the guy to lead Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. So we got a major problem. The Royal Rumble for both of the men's and women seems unpredictable because nobody knows who's going to win it. I don't know who's going to win it for the woman, but I might as well talk about the woman in the Royal Rumble. So I guess we got Carmella, Rhea Ripley, Nikki Ash, Selena Vega, Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champions in the Rumble. Sonya Deville announced herself in the Rumble. Naomi, Sasha Banks made her return. Aaliyah, Shotzi, Natalia, Shayna Baszler. I think Tamina might be in it. Also, they did announce a few legends in the Royal Rumble. They announced like 20 women in the Royal Rumble and left like 10 spots open. Michelle McCool's in it. Lena is in the Rumble. Um, Summer Rae's in the Royal Rumble. The Bella Twins are in the Rumble. Don't know why. I don't know why. I would like it if they added no one. I would like it if they announced no one and they kept it as a surprise. All you did was ruin the Royal Rumble and you spoiled the participants. Because we all know that all these participants in the Women's and Royal Rumble is not going to win it. There's no one being booked. There's no one being built up. I don't know who's going to win it. I think Bianca Belair makes sense. Liv Morgan could possibly. But the way but Bianca Belair had been booked pretty decently. She had a little bit of momentum. And she probably wants to face Becky Lynch and get her revenge for what happened at SummerSlam. But I don't know what good is that. I'm not a big fan of repeat winners and people who are already established and already had their moment. I don't see what good is her winning the Royal Rumble when she won it last year. And it was a big moment because she lasted longer than everyone in that match. And she main evented WrestleMania against Sasha Banks, had a great match, a classic match. And that was a big deal. That was a moment for them. The first two black women in the main event of WrestleMania. And she won, she cried, she celebrated with her family, her mother, her father, her brother, her husband was there. So I don't know if Bianca's gonna win it. And with all the rumors of Ronda Rousey showing up, the rumors of Paige wanting to come back. Cause Paige is cleared to wrestle. She might be in the Rumble. Paige is also a draw back in the day when they were the Diva era. Paige hasn't wrestled since 2017 when she was injured at a house show. And now she's been cleared after all this time. Ronda Rousey might be in the Rumble. If the rumors are true, if Ronda Rousey really in the Royal Rumble, then she's winning it. Nobody is eliminating Ronda Rousey. If she wins the Rumble, because there's reports that her dresser is gonna be on Monday Night Raw. And if she wins the Rumble, she's gonna go to Monday Night Raw and challenge Becky Lynch, and then they're gonna do the match that they couldn't do last time. It made sense because Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch is the dream match that we all wanted. Ronda Rousey has not wrestled since WrestleMania 35 after losing the Raw title to Becky Lynch, and I got off a main event. And then there were plans for her to return, but she couldn't because of COVID and because of her pregnancy. But if Ronda Rousey wins the Royal Rumble, I don't like it. I'd rather see someone new, but it makes sense because who's gonna eliminate Ronda Rousey? No one. No one's gonna eliminate Ronda Rousey. No one's gonna take her out of the Rumble. She is winning the Royal Rumble. If she's coming back, then she has to win it because nobody's gonna throw out Ronda Rousey. And she's gonna challenge Becky Lynch. But what good does that do? Is she gonna beat Becky Lynch for the Women's title? And everything you did with Becky Lynch was all for nothing. So I'm not sure. I don't know if she's gonna be in it or if it's gonna be someone new, someone from NXT. If it's not, then it might be Bianca Belair or Liv Morgan. If it's not, it might be Ronda Rousey, and maybe they just got rid of the Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair program and Liv Morgan. I don't know. I don't want to see like people that are over established. I don't want to see a 46-year-old leader win the Rumble, because it should not be a legend. It shouldn't be waiting on someone already established. As much as I like Lita, then there's no way that she's gonna win it. And it wouldn't make any sense for her to win it because I don't think no one wants to be interested in that. So yeah, I will do a review probably tomorrow, and then I'll watch everyone else's review tonight because the Royal Rumble comes on like an hour. Comes on at 7. That's the pre-show. and it comes on at 8 o'clock. And I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see how good the pay-per-view is going to be. It might not be as better as last year. You know, last year we had Bianca, last year we had Ez. And based on the years of the Royal Rumble, it's always a part-timer or a legend or someone already established. Like last year, Ez won it. A 50-year-old part-timer like Ez, he won it last year, and he's already won the Royal Rumble. I mean, whoever's going to win the Rumble, it should be a big enough name or a star. I don't see anyone new winning it. Big E's not going to win it. I don't think Damian Priest is going to win it. I don't know. There's no one being booked on the show. I'm curious of who's going to win it. It's not going to be it's not going to be Johnny Knoxville. It's not going to be no celebrity. It's not going to be anyone from NXT. No way. I don't think that anyone from NXT is going to win it because they aren't beating Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. If it's going to be Tommaso Ciampa, Pete Dunne, Walter, they ain't going to win it. Same thing with the woman. Maybe Alexa Bliss might win it, and then she might feud with Charlotte based on what happened at Extreme Rules last year when Charlotte beat Alexa and she whipped up the Lily doll. And then Alexa Bliss made her return on the show. She's now doing this like character or whatever. She might eliminate Charlotte, and that might be your match for WrestleMania. Hopefully not, because I don't want to see the same old Alexa Bliss character. I think that would be awful. But yeah, like they have a major problem. I don't know who's gonna win the Royal Rumble because nobody makes sense of winning it. Now, I think that was it. I think that's my Royal Rumble prediction. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this. I'll be back with more. There's not much to talk about, really. I just hope it's a good show. The Royal Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view of the year. It's one of my pay-per-views that I look forward to. We all look forward to the Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumble is where you want to elevate stars and push your new talent and give people who never had an opportunity. I don't know who's going to win it. Nobody makes sense in winning the Rumble. So I don't know who's going to win it. I'm hoping that WWE does the right decision. Because if Ronda Rousey is in that Rumble, she has to win it. Nobody is going to eliminate Ronda Rousey, and it wouldn't make any sense. That's not what you do with Ronda Rousey's return. She'll win. She's gonna win the Rumble. If not, it can be Bianca Belair or Liv Morgan, and then they're gonna finish those storylines. Because I think it makes sense. So I can't wait. I don't know if it's gonna be terrible or if it's gonna be good. I'm not sure. So yeah, not sure who's gonna win it. Hopefully it's gonna be a good show. Alright. So hopefully it will be a good show. Alright. Also, I actually want to talk about the Hall of Fame. You guys know that Jeff Hardy turned down the Hall of Fame. Because WWE offered Jeff Hardy to be in the Hall of Fame, but he turned it down. As you guys know, Jeff Hardy got released last month at early December. I think it was because he turned down rehab. Because he walked away during a house show. He might have been drunk, I don't know. But he turned down the Hall of Fame, so he's not getting into the Hall of Fame this year. I don't know who. But yeah. I was going to talk about AEW, but there's nothing much to talk about AEW, really. Now, there was an AEW championship they did not talk about, really. So, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. Okay. Well, we won this game by a blowout. Game's already over. I had enough points, and I did everything I could in this game. Well, my video gonna be ending pretty soon, but I think we all know that the WrestleMania main event is gonna be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Don't know how we get there. And if Ronda Rousey returns, she wins the Royal Rumble, and it's gonna be Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. Now, some people think that Naomi could win it, and maybe they continue Naomi and Sonya, cause they did have a pretty good match. It's kind of sad that it took them this long to do the one-on-one match, and I'm glad that Sonya Deville's in the Royal Rumble, and hopefully that we get her back in the ring and not in a suit or being a general manager, cause I think that's just awful. So yeah. Well, I will watch it. The Royal Rumble comes on like an hour, so I don't know what's gonna happen in that match. I am looking forward to Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar mostly. Hopefully, I think the match should be great. Don't know how it's gonna end. It's gonna be a weird finish in that match. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't see Bobby Lashley losing clean after being Bethesda all this time, and he's been dominant for the past 2 years. So there's no way he's gonna lose clean. I think the feud should continue. A lot of people are afraid it might be a one-off. But I think that will be it. I think I will end the video. Until next time, I'll see you guys tomorrow, or maybe later tonight. I'm not sure, but I will do a review. Until next time.